Hey deep learning explorers! Building on our previous talk about processing independent data points, here is what most tutorials never tell you about recurrent neural networks, how their memory truly works beyond just a simple loop. Traditional neural networks treat each input in isolation, which works fine for many tasks. But what about data that has a sequence, where the order and history truly matter? Imagine trying to understand a story by reading only one word at a time, completely forgetting what came before. To truly grasp sequential information, like sentences or time series, we need a mechanism that remembers past context. Think of it like reading a novel. As you turn each page, your understanding builds upon everything you've read so far. Your memory of the plot and characters evolves. The magic behind recurrent neural networks lies in their ability to pass information from one step in the sequence to the next. This is achieved through what we call the hidden state. At each time step, the RNN unit takes two crucial pieces of information: the current input, let's call it x, at t, and the hidden state from the previous time step, h, at t-1. These two pieces are combined to produce a new, updated hidden state, h, at t, which then becomes the memory for the next step. It's an internal summary that continuously evolves. Think of it like this: when you read a new page in your novel, you don't just process the new words in isolation. Your brain combines the current page's content with your running mental summary of the story so far. Then, your mental summary is updated, ready for the next page. While the RNN unit processes information in a loop, it's often easier to visualize how it works by unrolling it over time. This means we represent each time step as a separate, identical RNN unit, but they all share the same underlying processing logic. The hidden state from time step 1 feeds into time step 2, which then feeds into time step 3, and so on. Each unit receives its specific input for that moment and the accumulated memory from all previous steps. This unrolled view clearly shows how context flows forward, linking every step in the sequence. In our novel analogy, this is like seeing your entire stack of margin notes. Each new note you add builds on all the previous ones, creating a continuous, evolving record of your understanding as you progress through the story. A fundamental aspect of recurrent neural networks that makes them powerful is the concept of shared weights. Unlike feed-forward networks where each layer has its own distinct set of weights, an RNN uses the exact same set of weights at every single time step. This means the network applies the same transformation logic to process the input and update its hidden state, regardless of whether it's the first word in a sentence or the last. This consistency allows the RNN to learn general patterns and dependencies that span across different positions in a sequence. It's like our note-taker always using the same pen and consistent style for their margin notes, no matter which page they are on. This ensures all notes are integrated cohesively, reflecting a single, evolving interpretation of the story. Recurrent neural networks are incredibly versatile, adaptable to various tasks depending on how we structure their inputs and outputs. We can think of these as different input-output patterns. For example, in a many-to-ones architecture, the RNN processes an entire sequence but only produces a single output at the very end. This is perfect for tasks like sentiment analysis, where you input a whole sentence and get one sentiment score. Then there's many-to-many, where for each input in a sequence, you get a corresponding output. This is used in tasks like machine translation, translating word by word. Finally, a more complex many-to-many involves an encoder-decoder structure, where an input sequence is processed into a context, and then a separate network generates an output sequence of potentially different length. In our novel analogy, many-to-one is like reading the whole book to write a single comprehensive review. Many-to-manys could be translating each sentence as you read it. The encoder-decoder is like reading a chapter, summarizing it, and then expanding that summary into detailed bullet points. Just like other neural networks, RNNs learn by adjusting their weights based on how well they predict the output. For sequential data, this process is called backpropagation through time, or BPTT. Essentially, the error at the final output is calculated and then propagated backward through each time step of the unrolled network. This allows the network to figure out how much each weight contributed to the error, even those weights that were used early in the sequence. Because the weights are shared across all time steps, the gradient contributions from each step are summed up, leading to a single update for each weight matrix. Our analogy: imagine you finished reading a chapter and realize your summary notes are slightly off. You'd go back, reviewing your notes and the original pages, identifying where your interpretation went astray, and then adjust your note-taking strategy for future chapters. While BPTT allows RNNs to learn, it faces a significant challenge known as the vanishing gradient problem. As the error signal propagates backward through many time steps, the gradients can become extremely small. This means that the influence of earlier inputs on the final output diminishes rapidly, making it difficult for the network to learn long-term dependencies. For instance, if you have a very long sentence, the RNN might struggle to connect a word at the beginning with a word at the end. This is like trying to recall a tiny detail from the very first few pages of a massive novel when you are hundreds of pages in. Without perfect notes, that early information just fades from your memory, becoming too faint to recall or use effectively. On the opposite end of the spectrum from vanishing gradients, we also face the exploding gradient problem. This occurs when gradients grow extremely large during backpropagation, leading to very unstable and erratic weight updates. Instead of fading, the signal becomes overwhelmingly strong, causing the network to overshoot optimal solutions and fail to learn effectively. This can manifest as the model's performance suddenly becoming very poor, or its weights becoming undefined. Imagine our note-taker, upon finding a small typo on a page, decides to completely rewrite their entire notebook with wildly exaggerated corrections. This overreaction doesn't improve understanding. Instead, it distorts all the accumulated context, making the notes chaotic and unusable for further learning. To overcome the vanishing and exploding gradient problems, researchers developed more sophisticated RNN architectures, primarily long short-term memory networks, or LSTMs, and Gated Recurrent Units, or GRUs. The key innovation in these models is the introduction of gates. These gates act like intelligent filters that control the flow of information into and out of the network's memory. Instead of simply combining inputs, these units learn to decide what information is important to remember, what to forget, and what new information to add to the internal state. This allows them to maintain long-term dependencies much more effectively. In our novel analogy, this is like having a smart note-taking assistant. This assistant doesn't just blindly add notes, it actively decides which details are crucial to keep, which old notes are no longer relevant, and how to best integrate new information into your running summary. Let's look at the long short-term memory network, or LSTM, starting with perhaps its most intuitive component, the forget gate. This gate is responsible for deciding what information we should discard from the cell state, which is essentially the LSTM's long-term memory. It looks at the previous hidden state and the current input and then outputs a number between 0 and 1 for each piece of information in the cell state. A 0 means completely forget this, while a 1 means completely keep this. This allows the LSTM to selectively clear out old, irrelevant information, preventing it from continuously carrying forward context that is no longer useful. Our smart note-taking assistant uses its forget gate to review old margin notes. If a particular detail from 10 chapters ago is no longer relevant to the current plot, the assistant will mark it for deletion, allowing the notebook's memory to stay concise and focused. Beyond forgetting, LSTMs also have an input gates and an output gates to manage their memory. The input gate is responsible for deciding what new information from the current input is relevant to store in the cell state. It works in two parts. First, a sigmoid layer decides which values to update, and second, a tanh layer creates a vector of new candidate values. These two are then combined to update the cell state. Finally, the output gate determines what part of the cell state should be exposed as the new hidden state for the next time step. This means the LSTM can store a lot of information in its cell state, but only pass on the most relevant summary as its hidden state. Our note-taking assistant uses its input gate to carefully select new facts from the current page to add to the notes. Then, its output gate decides which key takeaways from the entire updated notebook should be highlighted as the current chapter's main point, ready for the next page. While LSTMs are powerful, Gated Recurrent Units, or GRUs, offer a simpler, yet often equally effective, alternative. GRUs achieve similar performance to LSTMs, but with fewer gates, making them computationally less intensive. They combine the forget and input gates into a single update gate, which decides how much of the past information to carry forward and how much new information to add. They also have a reset gate, which determines how much of the previous hidden state to forget. This simpler structure can sometimes converge faster and requires less data to generalize. So, if our LSTM assistant had 3 distinct decision points, the GRU assistant streamlines this into 2 more integrated choices. It still effectively manages the flow of information, deciding how to update its overall understanding and when to reset its focus to new, incoming details, keeping the notes dynamic and relevant. Recurrent neural networks, especially LSTMs and GRUs, have revolutionized how we handle sequential data across many fields. They are the backbone of many applications in natural language processing, such as machine translation, sentiment analysis, and text generation. They also excel in speech recognition, where the order of sounds is critical, and in time series forecasting, predicting future values based on historical data. However, despite their strengths, even gated RNNs can struggle with extremely long sequences or when parallel processing is highly desired. This led to the development of architectures like the transformer, which processes entire sequences at once, offering new avenues for efficiency and accuracy. Our note-taking assistant is excellent for sequential reading, but for a truly massive book where you need to grasp everything simultaneously, a new parallel reading approach might be even better. Nevertheless, understanding RNNs is crucial for grasping the evolution of sequence modeling.